Pause. What did you exactly just watch? Well, it was the completion of the Golden. But to be more specific, it was done by Z Gabriel on July 7th, 2022, as a jump from Razerr, which is another less difficult extreme demon. But hey, what does the jump in the title mean? Well, I'm here to explain it to you today. Jumping. Completing a level that was way harder than your previous hardest completion. It can also mean pressing a button to make your character jump. But that second part isn't important for today, because today, I'm here to talk to you a bit about this known phenomenon in the geometrydash community, look at its positives and negatives, compare them a bit, but also give you a comprehensive guide on how you yourself should go about jumping. Let's start from the basics. As stated previously, jumping means to complete a level way harder than your previous hardest completion. But what exactly qualifies a level as way harder? There's no real definition for that. But for the purpose of this video, let's just make one up. Here's what I'd consider to be a jump. Now, remember, this is just my own opinion, and it's completely fine if you think about it differently. A completion can be considered a jump in following situations. Number 1. Your first completed level is literally any demon. You just downloaded GD and didn't even bother playing any of the first levels like Stereo Madness or Back on Track, just went straight to the community levels, and I don't know, beat the Nightmare for example. Number 2. You go from a 2 to 9 star level to a medium demon or harder. And number 3, you skip a demon difficulty. As for example, you go from an easy demon to a hard demon, or maybe from a medium demon to an extreme demon. Now that we have the easier side of levels solved, let's make one simple rule for extreme demons. Now, for the purposes of making this rule, I'll be using aredl's list that ranks all of extreme demons in geometrydash, link in the description by the way. Number 4, going for a demon that's 75 rankings above your previous hardest extreme demon can be considered a jump. I think it's fairly balanced, as I was in fact heavily considering going for maybe 50 or 100, but both of these solutions had their own problems and 75 just seemed like the most balanced one. Now of course it's fair to acknowledge that jumps can also be divided into their own separate difficulty. For example, going from an easy demon to a hard demon is gonna be a lot more easier than going from a hard demon to, let's just say, a top 1 extreme demon. But I think it's better to not even try to categorize those jumps, as it doesn't really matter and it would only take a bunch of time, honestly. Having made some ground rules for what a jump is, I think we can now get into some positives and negatives. We'll start off with the good stuff. Jumping allows you to get better at the game way faster than you would if you played normally. Remember, you're constantly gaining a lot of skill with each session, as harder levels, of course, have more difficult ship parts, waves, and timing, which practically forces you to work on your precision. It also helps build up your mental and prepare you for levels that require a bunch of attempts to be spent on them. Another good thing is that feeling of satisfaction when you finally complete the jump. It can take a long time, but that euphoria of finally finishing this damn level that you've had on your mind for days is always a genuinely outstanding feeling. But with everything good, there has to be some negatives to this. And it's fair to say that the process of jumping can be extremely, and I mean extremely, draining on your motivation. Remember, you only ever hear about jumps that did succeed. You never heard about the people that gave up halfway through because they just could not take constantly playing that same level and dying to the same parts over and over again. And another thing is the time that it's going to take. Because yes, of course, you can get lucky and finish it within 2 weeks or maybe even less, but you have to remember that it's not guaranteed that it will go that way, no matter how skilled you are. You also have that constant pressure of having that level right up in your head, knowing that you still need to finish it and that you can't really play any other level or you'll just get worse at the level you're jumping to. With all of that being said, jumping isn't straight up a bad or a good idea. It requires some planning and instructions to go with, so that you can do it easily and without much trouble. So, a question arises. How do you jump? First of all, look at your current hardest and consider your skill. What are you good at? What are you bad at? After that, you'll need to pick a level that either fits your skills or expands on the skills that you're bad at. I'd suggest you go for the one that will help you work on your worst skills, but it's up to you how easy or hard you want to make it on yourself with such a jump. While picking a level, remember to consider what you're actually capable of. It might sound glorious to go from clubstep to firework, but realistically speaking, you will easily get demotivated and lose interest in playing that level due to lack of progress after the first few days. Pick a level that you like, maybe even love. Choose one that you can play comfortably and that doesn't have too many parts that can annoy you too much. Once you have the level, then it's time to, well, play. Use start positions and prepare yourself for a long one. It won't be easy, but I'm sure you'll be able to do it with enough time. Just don't force yourself to play the level religiously or take great focus into other people's jumps, as some may just simply get luckier than you. To give you an even better idea on these jumps, let me give you some information on the jump that I'm currently going for. I'm jumping for Cataclysm to Athanatos, and yeah, it's a 374 spot jump on the Extreme Demon list. My current progress on it is 77, 76, and 75 times 2. Not really motivating. I've been playing the level on and off since the middle of July, and just recently, I'm getting closer and closer to actually getting it done. With the experience that I've had, I can easily tell you that the most important thing is having patience and being able to stay motivated at all costs. It also might seem mighty to see people complete these types of jumps, but trust me when I say that you can do one like that yourself. It's all up to how patient and how much effort you're willing to put into it. Of course, I'm not saying go spend your life farming away at the geometrydash level, that's just stupid, but having those consistent sessions of playing the level for 2 to 3 hours every day can seriously, and I mean seriously, help you a lot. Also, you can check out my Athanatos streams on twitch.tv/agnoxgd. Come follow. To sum it all up, think twice before you jump. But don't be afraid to do so. It's got its positives and negatives, but a lot of things in life are like that. Just make sure to have fun with it. There's no need to put away in real life stuff away just to grind out a geometry dash level, but it's okay to put all of your efforts and emotions into it while playing the level. That would be it. Leave a sub and like if you want, or better yet, follow me on Twitch for Athanatos and some other fun stuff. This was Agnox, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.